Hi everyone, it's me, Gabrielle, and or also known as Amazon Princess or Amazon Queen. Really, that should be Tatomic Queenling and Tatomic Queen. Battling Bard really would be fighting Scald and Gabrielle Cunningham. And I'm starting this movie, and yes, if you come on this YouTube live stream and you see the movie says On Look New Zealand, well, yeah, we are going to be talking about the shootings that happened in Christchurch, New Zealand at the Muslim worship house. And it turns out, it shits out that the folks that were responsible, that did the evil deed, were got inspired by the evildoers who did it in the United States last year. If you remember last year with evildoers killing and harming Jews, well, that happened in the United States. Well, over in New Zealand, a bunch of evildoers did the same thing, only instead of being Jews, they decided they picked to do this to with Muslims. So it is what it is, sadly. So I wanted to make this movie, and I guess I could why put the title in there. But we'll be talking about all kinds of things, but that would be one of the big name known right now. So my godmother Zena makes a film yesterday on YouTube live stream for an hour. She had to end it about 7 anyway, since WWE NXT was coming on. And the turnout for that movie was a good turnout, even though that film was only running for an hour, but there were a lot of folks coming on, which I don't understand why they didn't come on for November and December when we did them before. Right now, I don't have anyone on, no followers, no thumbs up, no words, and kind of sad, don't you think? Ernest, what do you think about the shootings that happened in New Zealand? First off, I think it's sad that you have folks out there who go to house of worship and they slay folks. I mean, it's sad. You know, Muslims are like everyone else. You know, yes, they might have some beliefs that are unlike Christian or Jews, but at the end of the day, they worship God. Maybe not that we would worship God the same way we worship God, and a lot of them are good folk. Yeah, there are some dummies out there, some ones, but almost all Muslims are good folks, and they didn't do anything to anyone. They were in there worshiping God or whatever they were doing, and some dummies come in there and shoot up the place. At least slay some, and harm others. You know, it is what it is. And the sad thing is, Gabrielle, these folks that killed slayed those folks, they're claiming that they fought from the dummies that slayed and killed those Jews in the United States last year. So basically, so it's like this shit, you know? Yeah, I agree, Gabrielle says. It's sad. You know, it's real sad when you have some folks who don't like anyone who is either doesn't look like them or doesn't worship like they worship. You know, it's sad. You know, and I know there's going to be folks out there thinking we're in 2019 YL, and you would think there wouldn't be any more hate, but sadly there still is. Sadly, Ernest, there are still folks out there who hate anyone who isn't like them, or doesn't talk like them, or doesn't believe what they believe. You know, it's fucked. It's sad that it is, you know. And right now, we don't have anyone on our YouTube live stream. You know, guess they're all busy and effing. Yeah, guess they are busy and effing. So, but it's only an hour. We only started this about 5 anyway. I mean, let's go on and see how long this goes for. Well, I guess you're right, Ernest says. It is kind of sad that you have folks out there that do evil things. Uh, your fighting staff moved off your foot. Yeah, it did. So it is what it is. Well, Gabrielle, another thing I wish we had. I wish we had Joxer's figure, but no one ever made no Joxer's doll. No, they never did. Sadly, unless you count from Sequest, that show. Yeah, you are definitely right about that one. So far, no one's come on, you know, so far, nobody's come on our YouTube live stream, which is sad since yesterday, my mother, actually not yesterday, a day before, my mother makes a YouTube live stream on Wednesday. My God, sister Jordan makes a YouTube live stream and gets a lot of followers, but sadly, there isn't anyone coming on this YouTube live stream. I guess we should just accept that, that was, it is what it is. You can't expect all the YouTube live streams to be the same way. Well, I guess if I was name known or something, that would push it up a bit. But I can't believe that all of our followers are busy and iffing. Yeah, I get it. Wrong time, but there's no way that I can be able to get YouTube live stream to work for everyone's time, But anyway, what else do we have here? It's so hot in here. I'm sweating. And I think if I open a window right now, I'm going to probably going to have to end up closing it anyway if I do open it up. Oh. Yeah, I am definitely sweating, and it's not just me. So, anyway, no one's on our YouTube live stream right now. My brother Ernest was on, so it is what it is. But no one's come on the YouTube live stream. And I just want to say, why do this? I mean, okay, my mother makes a movie. Makes a film on Wednesday. And my god sister Jordan makes a movie. Lot of followers, but this one is like just, it is what it is. Yeah, that's why we don't do YouTube live streams like we used to. Well, we're getting someone on, but you shouldn't get happy about it because that someone just might leave, Well, welcome to the YouTube live stream. I'm Gabrielle Cunniston, also known as the Fighting Scald, and also known as a Totemic Queenling. Yeah, of course, this film is, gotta shift the lights off. See, there you go. There goes the follower, gone. See, there it goes. The follower's gone. See, why should I get so happy about it? The follower's gone. I had one follower, now they're gone now. See, so why should I be so happy about it? Yeah, we lost them. They came on, they said, oh, you're starting this shit again. They're like, Gabrielle, you're starting this shit again. They're like, well, we only came on Wednesday because you hasn't done it in a while. It only came on Thursday. But you're starting. Oh, yeah, now the follower's back. I don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. Walrus, what do you think about the whole shit that went down? What do I think? I think it's shit, that you got evildoers out there who want to slay and harm folks who don't look like them or don't worship the way they worship. And then the sad thing is they're going to claim that some evil folks in the United States encouraged them to do it. This whole crap. But it is what it is at that point. And some folks out there are going to say, well, you're talking about it, you're mentioning it, you're giving them what they want. The truth is, the evildoers, if we didn't talk about it, if we continue with our lives and we talk about it, that's what they would want. They'd want everyone to stop what they're doing. And if we didn't talk about it and didn't mention it, then they'd win. Oh, they'd only win, Gabrielle says, if everybody and everything stopped, And I know there's going to be folks out there who go say, well, this shit only happens and would only happen in the United States. It wouldn't happen anywhere else. Well, it just goes to show you that it happened in New Zealand. So anyone who's, believes otherwise, really sad. What are we talking about? Well, this morning, there was a shooting in a mosque in New Zealand. Actually, it was Christchurch, New Zealand. And Muslims and other folk some were slain, others were harmed. And there were evil folk that claimed they were white supremacists. And they claimed that their grounds for slaying and harming those folk was that some evildoers in the United States did it last year. That's what we're talking about, but I know it's not a big name known thing. Well, yeah, Alara says, it is what it is, Well, you did hear Lucille Lawless she happens to be in Australia right now working on one of her 4 Farseer shows, My Life is Slaying. She was on for almost an hour talking about it, giving to the point that New Zealand was her former homeland. It's not her homeland anymore. She lives in the United States now since 1998, since she wedlocked Robert Tappert, but it was her former homeland, and it really upset her. Well, upset a lot of folks, though. Yeah. I guess she had just gotten home from her acting gig, for getting home from show playing, and finds this shit happened, I guess. I don't know. But, Loris, what do you think about that? I think it's sad, and I think it's messed up. That's what I think. There's going to be folks out there who are going to say, well, I guess New Zealand doesn't have good gun laws. Well, the truth is that they probably have the same kind of gun laws that we have, and it is what it is. I mean, last year in the United States, a bunch of evildoers harmed and slayed Jews because they didn't like the way they worshipped. Now you got a bunch of evildoers in New Zealand flaying Muslims and harming them because they don't like the way they worship or something. Really sad, Yeah, I do say, Waris, that I think it is really sad that it happens, And it is what it is at that point. Well, that was, if you missed it, if you're coming on now talking about the shooting that happened in New Zealand, I know by tomorrow it's going to probably not be as big as it was, but as of right now, I think it is big. My brother Ernest and Awaris were on before, and I got 2 followers on so far. Only 1 follower said something, and no one else did. So let's just read what we got here so far. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to grant your privacy and add to your community guidelines. Learn more. Alien, what are you talking about? That's what we got going so far. Talk chat. Live. You know. What's up, gamers? Everything's good. And now we got that everything's good. But as far as gamers going, I don't know. I mean, I haven't played a game yet today. Oh, hi. Well, how do I really put this way? So, hey, what are you up, gamers? Doing good, but I don't know about the film games, though. I haven't played any games today. And by the way, yeah, my godmother Zena. Well, my mother Zena. That's a mistake. That's a mishap. My mother Zena. Well, yesterday she was show playing in Australia. My life is slaying. And today she was wrestling, or at least calling wrestling fights. And she also goes to investment banking and do that too. So it is what it is. Yeah. So we gotta shift what we're talking about here. I might have to go on and say talks about all kinds of things on a YouTube live stream because you don't really want to pigeonhole yourself over something bad that happened. Hold on, I mean, you don't want to pigeonhole yourself and then that be the only thing we talk about the whole time we're on a YouTube live stream. Is an evil doing. And I gotta rinse my eyewear, so I'll be back. But then again, that was a borrowed word. So let's see what we can do next. Oh hi. Looks like I lost one of the followers. That's what happens. You get up to clean your eyewear and one leaves on you. Once it is what it is. You can't pause a live. You can't really stop a live stream. So it is what it is. So anybody out want to, come on next? Well, Jordan, I thought, Gabrielle, what are you doing? I'm doing a YouTube live stream. Well, as your god sister, I'm here to tell you, Jordan says that, I don't think that, why are we doing a YouTube live stream? I don't know, just wanted to do one. You had 3 followers and now I only got 2 now. Well, what happened? I don't know. I got up. Someone had to rinse their eyewear off. When we came back, we only had 2. Yeah, I wish it was like mine yesterday. Or Godmother's, your mother's one from, from Wednesday. Yeah, I wish, but it is what it is. You really can't do anything about it. So, what do you think? What do I think? Sad for that burp. It is what it is, And I might have to go, see what's going on Twitter, but you were just on there like an hour ago. Yeah, I was. But it is what it is. Well, why do you have your fighting stuff, your fighting stick taped up? Why? I'll tell you why I do. Sad for that burp. I'll tell you why I do. Because it broke in half one day a long time ago. It was bent and I started playing with it and it broke. And the sticky stuff didn't seem to work. So that was the only way I could do it. Yeah. I guess that what happened. It is what it is. Why do you think we lost that one follower? I don't know. Maybe they're still on YouTube, but it's some type of mistake or mishap. And it's making them think they're not on YouTube Watch when they are. Yeah, that could be true. But not like they're gonna say anything. It's not like any of these three are gonna say anything about it. Well, is your mother, my godmother, gonna be on it? I don't know, Jordan. I don't know if she is or isn't. I don't know, Jordan. I have no idea. Well, tell me, Gabrielle, do you think she's gonna be on it or not? I don't know. Maybe she'll be on it. Maybe she won't. I don't know. It's whatever her mood is. You know. Sad for that burp, but another burp's coming out, and really nothing I can do about it. Say I'm sad about it, and that's about it. Well, I really thought I was going to have more than just 3 followers. Not take that back, only 2 followers. It looks like whatever followers I did have, I lost 1. I only got 2, 1 thumb up, and no one's saying anything. Which probably is what it is. I mean, these YouTube live streams aren't really, that entertaining. Not really that bunch of glee going on with them. But if somebody was like name known or whatever, but they'd probably be different. They're like, oh well, Gabrielle, why you expect to have a big turnout for big shift out? Why you expect that? It was only you talking with your brother Ernest and Awaris, and then your god sister Jordan. I mean, who wants to see that shit? Yeah, truly, who wants to see that shit? Well, I thought somebody wanted to see that shit, but sadly, it doesn't go that way. Why not? Now we're gonna get so hopeless here. We're gonna have to, bring someone out. We're getting so hopeless here. We're gonna have to start pulling out folks now. That's how bad this is getting. She probably and just lost the other follower. Now I just got 1 now. Why did I do? Why do ways and do a YouTube live stream when everybody's gonna start pulling out on me? And then just watch. The other follower is gonna leave too, and it's gonna be having no followers, only 1 thumb up. Why do I do this for? Yeah, well, Gabrielle, apparently you got a big hang up, a downside, a bind now. You start out with 3 followers, now you only got 1. And that 1 follower is going to leave too. Because your shit's, no one wants to watch this shit. Oh, and let me guess, Elias Sampson, you know how you're going to get them all back. You claim to be this wrestler, songster, and gleesman. Oh, you going to get them back? Yeah, I'm going to get them back. Oh, maybe it's what you named your YouTube, what you named your live stream. Someone sees on Look New Zealand. They're like, oh, fuck. I don't want to see that shit. Oh. Great. Now they're playing Mario Kart. I thought it was that other one says, "What's up, gamers?" And then Alien goes, "I'm playing Mario Kart." Yeah, well, who wants to play as Mario driving playing a Mario driving a go kart? Jeez, what hasn't Mario hasn't done? He's got many skills. He's all over the place. First, he's a water worker. Then he's a healer. He's a back. So he's a tennis player. Now he's a go kart driver. What the hell? You know, me and Mar. Yeah, you lost 2 followers. That's how bad. Okay, you think you're so good? Do something, Alliance, and you think you're going to get them all back. No, but one day he will. Hi, ladies and lords, Elias Sampson. Hi, I'm Elias Sampson, and I'm here on YouTube live stream, which is one step up from Google Hangout. And apparently, we used to have had 3 followers, and I'm only down to 1 follower and 1 thumbs up. So here it goes. And since we're talking about the thing that happened in New Zealand, I just want to say a bunch of evildoers that go shooting up worship houses, slaying and harming others. People say I'm a jerk for, saying shit and doing crap on WWE, but as far as that goes, that's even shameful, and I wouldn't stoop down to that level. And them saying that, oh, it was those folks from the United States that did it to the Jews last year. So we got dummies that do it to the Muslims in New Zealand. Yeah, it is what it is. Kind of sad. Well, Elias, I don't see any more followers coming on, Gabrielle says. You claimed you're going to get and bring all these followers back. You claimed you're going to get we're going to get everybody back, and we only got 1. So I guess you're not. I guess you're not the Gleesman you thought you were. Yeah, well, at least at least if you would have not titled it "On Look New Zealand," you would have gotten more followers. Yeah. Which it is what it is at this point. So I don't know why the other 2 followers left. I mean, maybe they had to go somewhere. I don't know. Go to work, go to learn, how to eat, take a shit, take a piss. I don't know. They live busy ifing lives, and I don't really know. That's what I'm going to come up with. But let's see what we got going so far. Ilian, what are we talking about? What's up, gamers? Hey, hi, my friend. I'm playing Mario Kart. He does not play basketball. No, not yet, but I'm sure one day Nintendo will come up with a Mario basketball game. So, don't say he. Oh, and he hasn't. He didn't wrestle yet, but one day probably will. Yes, it shifts out that a bunch of evildoers got inspired by the evildoers in the United States. So remember, that killed and slayed Jews last year in the United States. Well, we got a bunch of evildoers who slayed and harmed Muslims in New Zealand now, which is really sad. He may not be a fighter yet, He hasn't done that yet. Yeah, it's true. Mario hasn't done that. But what callings hasn't Mario done? I mean, he worked. He was. I mean, he did. He was a healer. He was a go-kart driver. He was a golfer at one time. What else did he do? That's about it I can think. But he was all over the place. Um, yeah. So that sidetracked it a bit, but it is what it is. My brother Ernest was on. Awaris, my unicorn friend, was on. My god sister Jordan was on. We had Elias Sampson on. He's gone. He thought he could bring all the followers back, and he didn't. You know? Yeah, true. He was a waterwork. He was a waterworks. He was a waterworks worker. He was a healer. He was a good doer. Yeah, well, yes, that's true. So anyway, the point goes to that. Now I get back to at least I have 2 followers again. You know, it is what it is at that point. So yesterday I did. Yesterday Jordan makes a YouTube live stream and we got a lot of followers. My mother makes one on Wednesday and got a lot of them too. But I don't understand why the November and December one didn't get no traction. Oh, I forgot about that. He did tennis too. Yep, you're right about that. He did that too. You know, I think we didn't. I don't think we ever met Mario and Luigi. I don't think we did. No, we didn't. Never had. We never met them, but it is what it is. So, anyway, let's talk about something else. You know, I might have to shift the name of the live stream probably. But anyway, it goes without being said at this point. So, who's going to come on next? Well, who should I come on next? The Xena Sailor Moon YouTube live stream got to get more followers. Well, the truth was that Sailor Moon only did maybe 2 YouTube live streams, I think maybe in June. Sailor Venus and Mina may have done 1. Sailor Venus and Artemis did 1. And that was about it, you know. But it is what it is. So nobody can explain that one. Yeah, I guess I'm not name known. You know, if I was name known, that'd be a different thing. But then again, it is what it is. Have you ever noticed how some name known folk, nothing bad or anything, but some of them really don't seem to be on YouTube. Like Lucille Lawless seems to be on Twitter and Facebook, but she should be on YouTube. And it can't be like, I don't know what to talk about on YouTube. You know? But it is what it is, though. Well, they're like, that might besmirch everything. They might see her house. They might see her sons and her husband, Robert, and then seek out that she's only upper middle class and that some of her show playing jobs didn't really buy that much. So they just want to keep this belief. Or maybe she's too busy and iffing and doesn't think YouTube would fit into her things, but she's on Facebook and Twitter, should be on YouTube. You know, it is what it is at that point. Yeah, it's true. Mario, I did mention Mario did golfing. He did tennis. He was a healer. He was a waterworks worker, also known as a plumber. He was a healer. He did go-kart driving. I think that was as far as everything he did. Okay, he did. Yeah, he did that. He did baseball. Yes, Mario got himself into that. Mario also was a teacher. Don't forget about Mario's time machine, and Luigi is missing. A sad way of combining a film game and a learning game into making and turn them into 2 things. So yeah, it would be like my mother having all these games, and then they go, well, we're going to have to give you your own game, Gabrielle, and it's going to be Xena's Gone, but it's going to be a film game and a learning game. You know? Well, the Hardy Boys, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, beat my brother, Ernest P. Worrell, and The Miz. And then Ernest did what Shane McMahon did and went after The Miz, so that tag team's done. I don't know who's going to go next. Most likely, since it was The Miz and Ernest P. Worrell who beat the New Day, most likely the New Day would have to meet the Hardy Boys sometime down the road. I don't know. Hell, my mother and has to face Roman Reigns at WrestlePalooza. And hell, at one point, me and her were former tag team champions too. You know, we lost 2 times at Goldust and Cody Rhodes. But I don't know. We keep seeking to put tag teams, other tag teams together. It is what it is. I don't know. Got to think about that one. You're asking me, and I'm supposed to be the writer, the booker. And I can't come up with this shit. They're like, "Whoa, you got Brother Love, and you have Jeff. You got Paulie Dangerously and Jeff Jarrett, and you're telling me between the 4 you can't come up with shit." Well, it is what it is. My mother, Xena, and Hunter Helmsley are usually the smart ones. And I don't know if my mother's going to want to come on or not. I remember one time, we don't even, the thing is, we don't have the Revival, we don't have Luke Gallows and Cal Anderson, though. That's the thing. So we do got a lot of tag teams. Some that are actually truly put together, and others we just threw together. But I would say that we're going to have to get the Incredibles, the Super Mario Brothers, and New Day, and the Hardy Boys, and whoever wins between the New Day, the Mario Brothers, and the Incredibles, well, they're probably gonna be the ones that'll, meet the Hardy Boys. So it is what it is at that point. Why are they gonna? I had a point. Now it's not gonna go somewhere. Sad for that burp. TWFL, I might post something on Twitter soon about that. Remember one time, a long time ago, you said that you were at some Goodwill thrift shop, and you said you saw the Xena doll one time, but you didn't get it because I guess it was bad shape or something. I bet you was probably like all the things tore off of it and everything, So, what do you want? Oh, okay. Was it still in the box, or was it like out of the box with all the things ripped off of it? Like all the stuff that my mother had to keep using, sticky stuff to keep on. She had 2 straps that came off, elbow pads that came off, arm pad that came on, she had to keep on. Yeah. Was it the Ben one, or is it the one where they put things on the shelves? There's like 2 of them in our area. One is like in North Brazils Township. It's like a small one, and they got things in the shelves. Then there's the other big bin one, the bigger one with the bins, but you know how things get busted up in the bins all the time. Okay, you had to take a shit. It is what it is. Well, almost all the small ones all came from Amazon. And all the other big ones, like hair, all they came from Amazon. Except I came from a lot of them, all of us, all the big ones came from Amazon. Some of the small ones came from Amazon, and some of them came from games again. What do you want? Well, we just want to say, Gabrielle, we think your YouTube live stream's doing very well. Doing very well? Well, where's your other friend at? Doing very, here I am. Well, we're doing very good, as you can see. You know, and I wish, Gabrielle, that you got more of those toys, Disney's Hercules ones and and Disney Aladdin and stuff like that. Yeah, of course. If I could have gotten Disney's Hercules ones, I want to get Hades so we can finally have him. Granted, he might not look like the way he looks. We need to get Athena the way he looks, but it is what it is, Does it still work? No, not anymore. You used to be able to drag him along, but you see, as it goes, we can't really drag him around anymore. It said this for all this. Okay, that's it. All right, that's it. He's gone. No, I didn't want to just do that. There. We get some shithead coming on, giving me shit for something that I had no run over. Okay, here's the thing, Gabrielle says. Yeah. You want me to talk about the incident? I talked about it early on. I talked about it early on. I guess I'll talk about it again. That was my mistake. That was my mishap naming my YouTube live stream on Look New Zealand, because now folks are gonna get mad at me and get rap at me. So, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have to go on. Let's skip this. Go into the tab. Go into it and rename my YouTube live stream. And now we're going to name it something else. We're going to have to edit the movie. Details. Hold on here. I messed up on the StreamNet word. Great. And I'll just put the description in when I'm done making it. Just call it live stream. Yeah, he's banned. So it is what it is. Now you might think, oh, maybe, yeah, you might think it is what it is. So now my mother, Xena, has a Twitter. Xena Papist 20 at Twitter, and I'm Gabrielle Cunniston 1 at Twitter. My god sister Jordan does not have a Twitter. So, well, she did, but she doesn't have one anymore. And what is on this Twitter, anyone will ask? Things that I'm doing, fights that I'm in, things like that. Nothing really much to write home about, but it is what it is. No, I never got a patch. I don't know how they do it. Anyway, what saga and tale was I even talking about? Yeah, we were talking about, we weren't talking about the shootings that happened in New Zealand and how sad they were. And I knew if I put this in the title, it was gonna make someone mad. But they talked about it early on, and it is what it is at that point. Oh, my mother is gonna be home soon. My brothers, Zenos and Osmond, will be home. My god sisters, Jordan and Jade, will be home. Well, it is what it is. It's Gabrielle. Not Gabriel. My stepfather Cameron's middle name is Gabriel, but that's not me. So I had this dummy who came on my YouTube live stream. He's like, oh, you got some dummy playing with dolls or something, giving me shit for that. Well, I should have shifted the name of my live stream. Okay, that was my mistake, my mishap, but still, no right to be a jerk. All right? It is what it is. I started about around 5:30. Now it's into 6 o'clock. See, I like to say, like the bullshit and say what really time zone we're in, but really, it is what it is. Yeah. I now work in WWE now as a writer, of course. But I can't really say that much about it. It is what it is. My mother had to pull strings with Vince McMahon and Hunter Helmsley for me to get in, but I still got to do everything to get the job. What? What is what? Oh, was just some jerk on there earlier giving me shit. I make a mistake in saying unlook New Zealand, and I start out talking about the shootings in New Zealand. And then this jerk comes on eventually and gives me shit. So it is what it is. My mistake. Should have shifted the name. My mistake, my mishap. But still a word for being a jerk. Oh, I'm doing well. It is what it is. I'm doing well. Well, no need to say you're sad about it. You have no running over how someone behaves. Now I gotta see if somebody else we're gonna have. Well, we had my brother Ernest on, the Walrus the Unicorn, my friend, my god sister Jordan. We had Elias Sampson on, who claimed at the time when I only had 2 or 1 subscribers, he thought he was gonna boost them up. And I guess you probably want to seek to have someone else on here, Joe. Let's see what we can do. I would like to think we did something. Yep, he was on first. They never made Joxer's doll though. Never did. So it is what it is. Oh, now I get Bigfoot now. I must be so desperate now. I must be so helpless now that I'm going with Bigfoot now. Well, just want to say that I think your YouTube live stream's doing good. And I was going to say something, but I don't know. How about those evildoers who slayed and harmed those folks over in New Zealand? Nothing but weaklings. You know, nothing but weaklings. That's all they are. Yeah, well, my mother and Ernest and Joxer and myself and even and Jordan, we had to go over there to see if we could help anyone. So we did that. Well, all right. I guess yeah, I do. Yeah, he does. Former two-time TWF heavyweight fighter. Yeah, so eventually got to win that back from Sheldon Benjamin, right? Yeah. But what happened with you and Jason Jordan? You still friends? Yeah. Well, and Jason Jordan, it used to be the Australia New Zealand championship, and now it's just the New Zealand one. Actually, probably both. Well, it is what it is. Well, I guess I gotta let you go. Well, I guess we'll see how that goes. And at one point I had at least 4 or 5. Now it's like back to like 3. So it is what it is. Yeah. So it is what, yeah, you did miss Ernest, I guess, but I guess we could have him on again, of course. Don't have Joxer that ever made his doll. Can someone tell me they ever did? Because I don't think they ever did. No, they never did make Joxer's doll. No. He's okay. Well, I am back. Ernest P. Worrell is back. No, they never made Joxer's doll, so you happen to happens to be me. Well, let's see if I pull my string. What do I say? the way it is. I wish I could say I sounded more good, but once those things in the back usually go, that's usually how they go. They never did make Joxer's doll. No, never did. So, it is what it is. Let's see.
Why were you having fun? It's on it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I love you. Are you kidding me? Are we having fun or what?
I am Sailor Earth. You know? Yeah, that's me. Ernest P. Worrell, Sailor Earth, you know. And it is what it is. Now, and the truth is, they never did make Joxer. I wish they did, but they didn't. Yeah, if they did, Gabrielle says, no, they ain't no pull string weapon. You know what you're thinking of? You're thinking from Ernest in the Army with those pancakes that somehow got cement put into them, and he throws them. That's his weapon. Yeah, well, you have the fighting staff, you got the size, Mom's got the sword and the chakram and the ring flyer. I got my thing, and Joxer has the sword. All right? All right, Gabby? Yeah, I read about that one. Well, I don't know where Joxer's at. We never had his toy. Oh, that's a shame. It's Joxer. There's a smear. But it is what it is. Yeah, he is. He's dumb. Maybe a little bit more dumb than Ernest is. But it is, you know, what Ernest is. You know. Oh, my neck. Okay. It is what it is. And I guess before we go, we got to have someone else on here. Hey, Mom, do you want to be on here? Oh, I don't want to be on your YouTube live streams. Hey, Gabrielle, I don't want to be on them. No. What do you want? I just thought maybe you want to be on this YouTube live stream. Gabrielle, why do I want to be on your YouTube live stream? Well, you were on yours on Wednesday, you know, but I don't want to be on it. So, what am I going to do? Just come on and say hi or something. Or, yeah, really. Like, I want to do that. All right, Gabrielle, I guess I'll do something. Comb your hair. Oh, hi. Yeah. So now you got it going on, look me. There you go. You see, why I only break something is that when someone doesn't listen to me and someone unlooks me. Yeah, Gabrielle, your followers are unlooking me again. Some jerk has to talk about how I'm going to break something. Yeah, it just doesn't end, does it, Gabrielle? Keeps on going. Gabby nuggets. Always got to be something, right? It's a ring flyer. It's a chakram. And why do you want me to use it for? Why do you want me to work with it? Oh, why not? And it's falling on my hand. There. That's what it looks like. It is what it is. You want to know the shit that ripped off of me? Well, let's talk about it. One of the straps on the back, one of the straps on the side, this elbow pad, and this shitter here. But I managed to use sticky stuff to keep it all on. It is what it is. Shit. Massive. Now I gotta put it back on. A little flip Velcro. Yeah. See, the original first big one of me, all the shit ripped off of me, and I got that from Games Again. I got this one back around Amazon in 2017 while and kept all the shit on pretty much since I had to use sticky stuff to do it. And everyone keeps saying, it is what it is at that point. You probably ask me, oh, does my head look crooked? No. Everyone's going to ask me, what do I think about the shit that happened in New Zealand? Well, it's evil, okay? It's like the same shit that happened in the United States last year with some bunch of evildoers shooting up a Jewish house of worship and slaying and harming those folk. And you got these evildoers shooting up a Muslim house of worship, slaying them and harming them. And yeah, it's fucked up every way you look at it. And I'm here to tell you right now, Xena says that there's folks in this world that just, they like to do evil to others. I mean, Lucifer Talisman do evil. They go through it, unfortunately, and it's sad. And there's, and they weren't doing anything wrong to anyone. You see, first off, Muslims get a bad rap from these evildoers that go out and do bullshit and give them a bad name. But most Muslims are good folk. All right. So these ones aren't doing anything wrong. And a bunch of assholes about 2 a.m. in the morning, because let's face it, whatever time zone New Zealand was in, it was about 2 in the morning. I don't know. Decide to shoot it up. You know, what's their reason? What's their grounds, their sake, or why? It's apparently a bunch of shitheads in the United States did it to Jews last year. So they fought, it gave them the right to do it to Muslims this year. You know? So it is what it is. Which is fucked up. You know? Wish I get my hands on some of those fucked up ones. Teach them something. You know? Yeah. But sadly, that's not going to happen. You see, I'm a Christian Catholic, Xena says, but I unlook others. You know, then there's others that don't want to unlook anyone. You know, they're like, oh, this is 2019 YL. You would think, well, there's still haters out there, still folks out there that hate anyone who either who doesn't look like them, doesn't behave like them, and doesn't worship like them. You know, there's still shitheads out there that do that, sadly. You know, you got folks that are doing God's work, and you got folks that are sadly doing Lucifer's work. You know, that is what it is. And I know a lot of folks like to point fingers and say how the United States has a bad time of shootings. But sadly, that's not true. New Zealand must have a bad time of shootings as well. So who are we going to blame here? Who are we going to point the fingers at? The lawmakers and the land leader? Oh, gotta make more harder gun laws. Well, they're gonna say, but that never really fixes it, does it? The thing is nobody learns. The thing is, there's some folks in this world that don't learn how to unlook others, how to, how to accept and tolerant of anyone who's not like them. You know, I used to be like them. I used to be an evildoer. I used to do shit like that, Xena says, a long time ago. So I know how they think, because I used to be like one of them. You know, I used to be like them. But then after I ended up meeting up with Hercules, and he told me killing is the only way to prove you're a good warrior. And after I saved a kid, after I helped the baby, I came good after that. So, but I know how it's like, because I used to be like them. But then I learned love and onlook and forgiveness, you know, and only some of them learn that, you know. Yeah, well, sadly, it is what it is. I'm gonna tell you right now before I end this here, before I leave, that I can't tell you, but I was the one that helped the United States find Saddam Hussein. I was the one that helped them kill Osama bin Laden. I was the one that helped them take down Moldy Gawler. You know? Yes. I was the one that got Mohammed Murdoch to leave Egypt. So, yeah. Not like I'm proud of those things. But I can't tell you all of that, and I can't mention that my hush-hush about helping them, because that would just besmirch everything. Yeah, I'm not proud of it either. But I also did, but don't lie about that, I also did a lot of good too. I was the one that also tried to get Yu Kim and Donald Trump to meet and try to get both South and North Korea to end their fight, even though, yep, it is what it is at that point. Mom, I think a lot of these folks out here just probably think that you're just... What do they think, Gabrielle? What do they think about me? I already had one of your followers came on and told me I'm going to break something. You know? Like, what is this? Mad Mom? And... or something? Was it Gabby Nuggets? And your hair's still a mess, Gabrielle. Comb it! I can't. You gotta comb your hair, Gabrielle. I swear. You gotta comb your bloody hair. It is what it is. Before I go, here's what I think. Oh, that hurt my butt. Well, before I end this film, this YouTube live stream, yes, my mother farted in my face. I mean, she claims I'm getting old, is what she says. She claims that her farting is her getting old. You know, she's gonna probably come back on again. She's gonna probably say something. I am getting old, Gabrielle. I can't read words and tracks without wearing reading glasses. I get aches in my joints every once in a while. You know, I have farts. I'm getting old. I'm 55. I'm getting old. And Gabrielle, I always tell you and Jordan, don't get old. It ain't fun to get old. But Mom, you can still do all the things you do. It's not like you have any health hang-up downside or binds. I had a hernia last year, Gabrielle. I had my appendix taken out not too long ago, back in February. But you still look, you're middle young. Middle young's getting close to being old, Gabrielle. I'm old. So is that clear about your farts? You can't help it. I'm sad I passed Win, okay? What do you want me to do about it? Take your Win healing. It's an ongoing condition, Gabrielle. It's like you and your Fleethurst sickness. You gotta bring up that I'm Fleethurst sickened and I got Fleethurst sickness. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yes, I have Fleethurst sickness. I'm Fleethurst sickened. If you wonder what Fleethurst is, it is our word. It is the English word for it, since diabetes, and apparently that is a Helleny borrowed word, learned word. And sugar is a French borrowed word, learned word. So the English word would be Fleethurst. Would be Fleethurst sickened, meaning someone whose pancreas no longer can make enough insulin, Latin borrowed learned word, or any type of kind of water to keep the Fleethurst down from... See, anyone who doesn't have it, their Fleethurst usually is in the 90s and the 20s, maybe in the 30s, but it pulls it down so fast that no one doesn't realize it. But when you have the condition like mine, your pancreas can't keep it down without help. Something to do with metabolism or something. That's all I know. Something to do with metabolism. They have AIDS vaccine and are working on a cure for it. So another one of Lucifer's illnesses that he brags that there isn't no cure for. And God's going to make this cure work. Something about different cells or something they're using. I don't know. It's wish ship. I don't know. But God's going to make this cure work, and then that's going to get bit in the butt one day. And, you know, so that's going to be done. But as far as fleet sickness or fleet her sickness or fleet her sick goes, they're still seeking on that one. Well, that's what I heard. And there's already a vaccine that one can take that keeps you from getting it. Gives you a watered down form of it so your body can fight it off. Something that God actually made work. I mean, they made it and God made it work, you know. But sadly, it took a long time for that to finally happen, though. You know. But anyway, there is no fix for Fleethurst sickness, or Fleethurst sickened. There's no fix for that yet. There's just healing that keeps it dormant or keeps it in remission, you know, so it stays, so it doesn't get worse, but it's still there. I bet you I never told you this before I end my YouTube live stream. My mother, Zena, used to have breast growths. The first time she got it was in the right breast, and that was in 2001 YL when she was 37. The next time she got it was in 2017, and she would have been, at least at that time, she would have been at least 53. They had it cut out. Both times it was cut out and never came back. I like to say that my mother cut out her growth and ate it. You know, I like to say my mother cut it out and ate it. Cut her own breast growth out and ate it. Gabrielle, I did not bloody cut my breast growth out and eat it. If I bloody cut it out and ate it, Gabrielle, that would just make me ill again, wouldn't it? Yeah. So why are you telling them that about me? About how I had breast growth 2 times. Well, I thought you'd want to tell them about it. I'm going to end this soon. But yeah, I had breast growth when I was 37. Had again when I was 50, when I was at least when I was, I gotta think, I'm 55 now, and I was 2017, so that would make me 53. So that's when that happened then. The other time I had it. I'm getting old. That's what happens when you get old. You either have health hang-ups and downsides or binds if you don't already have them anymore. You either get aches, you know. You get all kinds of arthritis if you don't already have any of them. You can't see shit you can't see words and tracks without putting on eyewear. I mean, I can see everything good, but if I seek to read a timer or a book or something, it will turn to blurs. I'm getting old. I tell you all, don't get old. I did not eat my bloody breast. I did not cut my breast growth out and eat it. Wouldn't that make me sick? And you know why I'm saying growth, right? Because cancer is a Latin borrowed learned word. The English word would be growth, something that grows inside of you. I didn't cut it out and eat it. And I gotta get going now. Well, my mother used to smoke at one point. She don't smoke anymore, but she used to, and that's what did it. But that's it. I gotta be going now. I want to thank everyone for coming on this YouTube live stream. I'm Gabrielle, the Amazon princess, Amazon queen, or it should be Totemic queenling, Totemic queen. Fighting bard should be fighting scald. Gabrielle Kunitston. And I'll see you all later. Have to go now, Gabrielle says. I have to go. It is what it is. I have other things to do. Busy and effing. I gotta go on Twitter and see what's going on there and stuff and other things. So gotta go. Oh, you burped, Gabrielle. Why you got? I'm sad for that burp. I really am sad for that burp. I didn't know you were on. Well, it is what it is. All right. See you all later. Bye. And just to let you know, I do, just to let you know, I don't know. Bye.